your players seem pretty stoked to take on the top seed in the WCHA tournament in the nation, who's playing at their home rink and had a bye. I'm guessing because it's the Gophers, they don't care about any of that.
Yeah, I think we've had some great games with them throughout the year. Our kids love going down to Minneapolis and playing, and we know it'll be a fun game. You know, regardless of the outcome, it's going to be two great teams on the ice, giving it their all.
Maddie Rooney, what is it about her that allows her to really rise her level of play this time of year in these big games?
Well, you've seen over the course of her career the big games, the big spotlight. She really emerges, and I think, you know, she's been in so many big games. You know, you think about playing in a gold medal game, in the Olympics in general. I think you just naturally get up for those big games, and she's confident and she's done it before, so she can rely on experience. But I think everybody in general, you see the way our team played that last weekend, I think we were just a little more motivated when it's playoff hockey.
What do you remember about the last time you guys saw the Gophers in that epic WCHA semifinal?
Game.
Yeah, long
game.
The double overtime. Maddie, I think, had 62 saves. What stood out to you about Maddie's play in that game? Because it might take another one of those.
No, I don't think so.
No,
I don't think it's going to be like that.
This time?
I don't think it's going to be like that. But hey, if it does come to that, we're confident. I think, you know, when she's on, and right away in that game, I think she showed that she was ready to go. They came at us pretty hard, and they make offensive pushes. That's who they are. That's what we do too. So goaltending becomes pretty big in these games, and yeah, she just withstood the double OT and kept us in the game. And obviously, we found the back of the net in the end. But she's the backbone of everything that we do out here. So she'll be ready.
How have you seen her handle kind of the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs of this season? Her, like a lot of Olympians coming back, it's a different experience. I think they probably realize that a lot more now than maybe at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, no, I think, there's been a definite progression over the course of the year. The second half has been a lot more the Maddie that she wants to be, and I think as the weeks go on, she just keeps getting better and better and more comfortable. I think it just takes some time to readjust to college life, as we've seen, and I think she's readjusted now.
The Gophers, what is it about the Bulldogs and the Gophers that creates such tight matchups? Is it just because these are the two teams that in the league probably like to run and gun more than anyone? Both teams seem to want to play the same style of game.
I think style definitely has a big part of what makes it so special. We're both fast and quick in transition, so that makes it fun. But, you know, we talk about it all the time. The history, obviously, of UMD and Minnesota and battles over the years, but all of our kids, you know, so many of them are right here from Minnesota, and they've played together since they were little, so they're very familiar with the opponents, which makes it's just more fun. And as I mentioned, when we go down there, we have a lot of kids from the metro area, so they're playing in front of their families and their old teams, and a lot of people come out to see us there. So the atmosphere, you know, a month ago wasn't a playoff game, but it sure felt like it.
In the win and tie you had against the Gophers, what stood out? What were the key to getting points in those games?
I think we know we can put the puck in the net. We've done that consistently throughout the year. And it's playing good defense because they're, like I said, they're dangerous offensively too. So making sure we take care of our own end, but really just going at them. I think that's been the most fun part of playing the Gophers this year versus maybe years in the past where we believe that we can play with them and we've shown that we can beat them. So it's not just talking about it, it's having done it not that long ago. That makes our kids really excited.
Anybody else? What are your thoughts on Grace Zumwinkle and what she's kind of done to elevate her game? Earlier in the year when we're talking Bulldogs Gopher, it's Maddie Rudy, Kelly Panic.
Yeah.
Now I think the players people are talking about are Gabby Hughes and
Zummy.
and Zumi. Yeah. What is it about just those young players that maybe have seen them rise to the occasion and maybe steal the spotlight from the Olympians so far this year?
Yeah, well, I think Grace came into Minnesota with a pretty good reputation from high school hockey, but also the U18s. She has one of the hardest shots in the country. I think I saw it clocked. I can't remember exactly, but it was like 75 miles per hour or something at one camp where the Olympian, like Megan Duggan and those guys, wanted to know how hard her shot was. So she has a good reputation there, and obviously within the state from high school, and she can put the puck in the net, and if you give her space, she will make it hurt. So I think she's dynamic and exciting to watch, and it's not to take away from the Olympians. I think it's just, wow, we have some really good talent in the league this year. It's deep. Yeah.
Good talent in the U.S. coming up.
In the U.S., absolutely, for sure. Yep.
I know it's different sports and things like that, but I know you had put out a tweet, I think it was yesterday, supporting the women's basketball team in their run.
Yeah.
Does any of that carry over? I mean, with the winning atmosphere, around town, and I mean, is that something that's your players, your staff is noticing that you guys aren't winning, but something that you can kind of build off throughout the athletic program?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. We're all part of Bulldog country here, whether it's men's and women's hockey. Since we're in the same building, we obviously follow them closely. But with football and volleyball and basketball is having such an amazing run this year, I think it builds camaraderie within the department with our athletes and coaches, and we're all supporting each other, and it feels good to see the Bulldogs win any championship, whether it's on the ice or in the court or wherever it might be.
Last week you came away with a couple big decisive victories over Bemidji. So what was really working that well, and what can you take over from that series to this series?
Yeah, I liked our composure throughout the series. 2 different games. On Friday, we scored 2 goals in the first period. On Saturday, we were down by 2 goals in the first period, or almost through the first period. We got a big goal at the end there, but I think mentality-wise, we didn't get too excited when we were up because we know Bemidji's a good team and there's a lot of hockey left. And then when we were down, we didn't get too low. We just stayed right in the middle, knew what we needed to do, and the word belief just comes to mind a lot. We believed we could do it. We know we can score goals, so we feel like we're in every game that we play, and I think that showed throughout the course of the weekend.
Something you'll carry over definitely over next weekend.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.